Hi, my name is Sean Cafiro, author of Believe It and Receive It, Turn Your Dreams into Reality, and founder of WeCoach.com, where we train people on how to get to the next level in all aspects of their life and also helping business owners get the financial freedom that we all want for our lives. I am going to talk about how to break through fear and get all you want for your life. I believe fear gets talked about too much. People say that they don't take any action because they hold on to too much fear. Fear is holding people back. This is just so common in our language today, to the point where it is almost quite funny. It is ridiculous what people so fearful of. What are they so afraid of and scared of? You know, we live in the modern world right now. There are not all of these impulsive fears that past generations really had to worry about, like physical dangers that would threaten our survival. We're not being chased down by animals that are trying to eat us for dinner. So most of us, the fears that we actually have are just negative, contemplative thoughts that come into our minds. We are rerunning too often and associating too much pain to past experiences that it becomes crippling. It becomes our comfort zone, our excuse. Oh, it's fear. Like fear is some big unknown thing that will destroy us if we don't honor it. Fear, we are programmed, is this big awful thing. Well, really, it is not. Most fear is just bad management of our own mental processes. We allow our mind to take over and let fear be our excuse. Fear is not an impulsive general thing in our brain telling us that we must run. Everyone wants to use that as an excuse. We still have all of these psychologists running around saying that it is an impulsive thing that people just can't understand or be conscious of it, right? It is the unconscious fears that are wiping us out. Get over it. Neuroscience has shown us that we have way more powerful capabilities than most of us think that we do. And the reality is about fears that once you understand what it actually is, and it usually is a contemplative process, and once you understand that and what it is, then you can realize just how easy it is to overcome. So what it is then, what is fear? What are we so scared of? What's going to hurt us? What is that we fear that will bring so much pain into our lives? Have you ever really thought about it? What is it? What are you so scared of, and what will really happen? What will bring in all this pain into your life? I remember figuring this out for myself. And when I did, I wasn't so scared anymore. Because sometimes the things, when we just understand them more, they're not so terrifying. Once something becomes understood, you can develop competency around it. Once you can develop competency around it, then you can develop confidence around it. There is an old rule in psychology called the confidence loop. The more you understand something, the more confidence that you will gain. Same thing that builds fear in yourself. Now once you understand what it is, you can deal with it better. Because what we all are fearing is basically three types of pain, three areas that we might experience pain in our lives. And once we understand that we can realign our mindset around those things and no longer be frustrated or stopped by it. The first thing we fear in our lives is loss pain. Loss pain is when you believe, if I change my life or try this new thing, then I might lose something. I'll experience loss. Because I might experience loss, I don't even want to try doing it. If I try it, I might lose something that I already have, that I like and I care about. If I go make that big change in my life, I might lose something. I might lose my job or lose my relationship with my spouse or lose my money. I might lose my connection with my kids. I remember when I first went out to start my own business, everyone was generating fear into me. They would say, you better be careful. You know, this is very dangerous, John. You don't want to quit your job and lose all that security that you have. My own mom would always tell me, just go get a regular job. What about your 401k, John? You'll lose your 401k and your benefits. All these things we fear. And the reality was, part of that was true. As I thought more about the situation, I was concerned. I was fearful that I would lose the security that I had, that my job that had provided for me. I would lose that steady paycheck that we all want so badly. I would lose the predictability of my career path. I would lose that natural progression of advancement as time goes on and my skill level goes up. I would lose my friends at work. I would lose some of the work that I loved. You think of all these things that you will lose, so you don't make the decision to change. So you don't quit. Same thing with someone that is trying to quit smoking or trying to start a diet. They're fearful that they will lose that smoking break that gives them that great peace and comfort, that sense of calmness, that breathing in all that, even though they're breathing in poisonous smoke of death, that maybe they're fearful that if they change their diet, they'll fear that I'll lose the food that I love so much. So much I'm not going to change. That's what people do. They feel the loss pain. So part of reinventing our lives is to change from focusing on the things that we're going to lose and instead start focusing on all the positive things that you have that you will gain. Yeah, I might lose my security for the short term, but over the long term, I will have the freedom to do whatever it is I want for my life. I might not have that organizational structure, but as a business owner, I will gain from the challenges I face, and I will grow faster than if I learned from other peers in an organizational environment. That is because I will be doing things faster on my own. Yeah, I might lose my 401k, but I will make $1 million instead over here doing my own thing, far more than I can ever save in a 401k. You know, focusing on those gains instead, what happens in a fearful mind is to start asking the questions, what if? And if you follow that question with a negative statement to answers to the what if question, then you will be heading in the wrong direction for your life. What if this terrible thing happens? What if that terrible thing happens? What if this terrible thing happens and you lose all you have? And by listening to these negative what if questions, we generate and collect all of this negative energy inside of us. These fears that prevent us from being what it is that we dream about so often. We literally trick our mind into thinking we cannot change. We condition ourselves through this program that we cannot do it. We believe that it is safer for us to stay where we are than to go for what it is that we dream of most. The second thing that we fear so much in our lives is process pain. Process pain is changing anything is going to be very hard. The process of change itself is hard, let alone what we stand to lose. Doing something new is hard. When I went to think about starting my own business, I was terrified. I said to myself, this is going to be so hard. I don't know how to do these things yet. I don't have the confidence in this or in myself. I'm not sure how this will go. I'm going to have to work 24/7 to get this business going. I'm going to have to work so hard for 3 years, I might not be able to get any support or help. This process is very scary. People fear this work that lies ahead for them in trying something new and different. So we don't change. The same for the person who thinks of quitting smoking. They're not thinking of the benefits of living a healthier lifestyle by quitting smoking. They're not thinking about how they'll be alive with more energy and getting up the stairs and not being out of breath, or the years that will be added to their life by quitting now. They're instead thinking of the process of dealing with quitting of the addiction, the tough challenges from the withdrawals, the shakes, the addictions of the nicotine, and how challenging it is. The person starting out thinking about a new diet, it is the same thing. Process pain. They are thinking, oh my God, I have to go shop for new food in new stores and learn to cook differently and measure out the food intake. Oh my God, I will have to start exercising. Oh no, How hard is it going to be when you think of all those things that you think about? How hard will it be to do? But part of the mastery behind this secret in life is learning to see change as the game. Learning to see challenges as something we can joyously begin to take on. We can become joyful at the same time, master this in the process. Not be in misery from the work. Be grateful for each accomplishment along your journey. Understand that this might be challenging, but challenge is good. Challenge makes us stronger. Each time we take on more and more, challenge develops us. Challenge makes us the highest self. Challenge will help us become all we can become. It will help us realize our dreams by going with strengths as we go. Once we implement it, you will gain in the momentum So you go to the challenges, you become less and less, easier and easier. That process can be very engaging and fun and exciting and new. It can bring variety and spice to our lives. We can look forward to the process of change. And when we switch our mind to think that we can start to change. The third thing that people actually fear with change is what is called outcome pain. What if we go through all this terrifying work and then the grass is not really greener over there like we thought it would be? That the outcome may be no better than I had before I started all of this, or worse. Maybe the outcome will be worse than what we already have. I was terrified of this with my own business too. I thought, what if I do all of this and I'm in worse shape after going through it? What if I start this business and I work my butt off and I don't make it? Or any more money than I already had? What if I don't have a better lifestyle? What if I don't grow as fast? What if on the other side of the fence it is no better? And we sit and we think, what if it's no better? What I would have to go through all that just to find the result to be the same or worse. If we're stuck in this place and thinking this way, then we will never change. So part of conquering this fear in life is that realizing that we need to stop focusing on the outcomes that could potentially be negative and instead focus on all the positives that could become our reality. We can start thinking and dreaming about and visualizing and really giving our attention and our focus on the laws of attraction into those things that would be positive outcomes as a result of us in this new venture. All of the powerful and good things that will happen as a result of starting this new business or quitting smoking or going on a new healthy diet. All of the things that are satisfying, fulfilling, joyous, and make us happy. The other side of that fence can be whatever it is that you dream it to be. We would turn out wonderful and joyous if we could just change our lives. If I could quit smoking, I would finally feel great again. I'm not going to have to be held prisoner to this little disgusting thing that is killing millions of people. That is just feeding these huge companies that are just killing people and getting wealthy in the process. Over and over again. I don't want to do this to me and my body and my family anymore, or make everyone else in my life carry on in my addictions. And that new area, too, you'll be fit, happy, and vibrant, and energized on your own again. Oh, and when I start that diet, you know what? I'm really going to enjoy tasting some new foods because I haven't tasted them before. I'm going to start enjoy going out with people again. I'm going to enjoy going shopping for new clothes when I lose all that weight and get in shape. You start to think about all the things that are going to be positive. And from that change, and when you do that, you will begin to master your mind and direct it to follow the passions of your heart. Because you know what? When you are obsessing about loss pain, process pain, or outcome pain, guess what? The more you focus on those, the more you obsess about those types of pain, your brain and your body says, no, don't do that. I don't want to experience that. We have been blessed with the most amazing thing, our bodies, and that is unbelievably driven to avoid pain. And when you realize that, when we need to stop suffering in our mind and brewing our mind about the things that we might experience bad if we do the very things that would help improve our lives. You and I both know that will improve our lives. So why aren't we doing it? Because somewhere along the way, we associated a lot of loss, process, and outcome pain to it. Today might be a great day to sit down and ask yourself, what do I really want in my life? Why have I not been progressing faster? And when you start evaluating that question of why you have not been progressing faster, you begin to discover loss, process, and outcome pain at work. And you will just need to flip it and now focus on the gains, the joys, and the positive outcomes. And when you start doing that, you find yourself being that joyous master and yourself getting further ahead in your life. You might just find that life will change, become aligned with what it is you dream about most. Today might be a great day to sit down and ask yourself, what do I really want in my life? Why have I not been progressing faster? And when you start evaluating that question of why you have not been progressing faster, you begin to discover loss, process and outcome pain at work. And you will just need to flip it and now focus on the gains, the joys, and the positive outcomes. And when you start doing that, you find yourself being that joyous master and yourself getting further ahead in your life. You might just find that life will change, become aligned with what it is you dream about most, what you are most passionate about. I am John Cafiro. Thank you for watching today. Now go out and be all you can be, and do all you can do, and live from your dreams, live from your heart, and live from a place of passion, and turn your passions into your purpose. And as I always say, live each breath with passion. Thank you.